My name is Charles Davis, and you're watching The God Principles Living in the Philippines. This is going to be 7 costly mistakes that people make retiring in the Philippines. I want to thank you for coming to my channel, and today I want to cover 7 costly retirement mistakes or things you're going to have to do to prepare to retire in the Philippines. These are mistakes that I've seen other people make, and so I'm going to share a screen with you, and we're going to go through it, and I'll cover it with you. Avoiding costly retirement mistakes in the Philippines. Planning to retire in the Philippines, you don't let 7 common mistakes derail your retirement dreams. I'm gonna guide you through some things that I had to do in order to retire here in the Philippines, and I'm gonna hopefully let you make sure that you got them. The first one I had to do was to get a comprehensive physical examination. This is vital, especially if you're coming here and you're over the age of 50. One of the things I had to do was I got a colonoscopy because that was normal at that age group. But I also learned you have to go beyond what the HMOs or PPOs will do. They do not do a complete one. And so what I had to do was I paid for a complete blood workup, and I'm glad I did. This here was post COVID. So when they did the blood workup, they found that I was vitamin D deficient, which is normal because we work inside all the time. So we might be vitamin D deficient. But then when I went to a private doctor, I was shocked. I found out that my testosterone levels were too low. And while I was in the office, and so they started me on a testosterone treatment program in order to get me back up to my right levels. This I started this about a year before I even planned to come here because I was having some physical issues at back in the United States. And due to COVID, I said, let me go ahead and get them checked up. And I'm glad I did. If you have any other health issues like diabetes, high blood pressure, here's one thing that trips some people up. They'll come here expecting to refill their prescriptions only to find out that their prescription may not be available here in the Philippines. I've seen that happen too. The next thing that I suggest is you clear up financial responsibilities. Downsize your life. I see so many people that come here, they have a property, they have a home, they want to rent it on Airbnb. They'll leave it in the hands of somebody else only to find out that they have more problems leaving it than if they'd have sold it. And so they have to go back and then clear up those financial loose ends, and they'll be tied up 3 to 6 months, and they be miserable. They be miserable trying to get out. Sometimes it looks like they'll never get out of there. As a matter of fact, I have a client. He went back, got caught up in family problems. He's still stuck there. It's been over a year. He's been trying to get back to the Philippines. Another problem that I've seen is to liquidate assets. A lot of people have assets back into the states. There was one particular one of no of importance. This guy had a collection of automobiles, and he wanted to try to keep them or bring them over here. There's no place for those kind of vehicles here. The roads are too bad, and trying to keep them repaired is just not worth it. Go ahead and downsize your life because you're going to be glad that you did. And third, build an emergency fund. What I personally did was I saved up financially, and I also made sure I had an emergency Visa card. If you want to learn how to do that, I have a video on my channel about the deadbeat strategy that Visa card doesn't want you to know about. If you start it, probably it'll take you about a year to at least get $10,000 credit limit. Next, your income source. Have a secure, guaranteed income source. Reliable pension. Make sure your retirement benefits won't get interrupted or downsized as you age. This is something that I see some of the other people that come here pre-retirement and they have these stock portfolios and 401ks. We have just recently a guy had to leave the Philippines because he left his stock portfolio in the hands of his financial advisor, and the financial advisor ran off with his money. So now he's broke. Next, establish develop a side income. If you notice, you'll see a lot of YouTubers here that live here in the Philippines. We have used this as a financial income source. If you start in America or where you're coming from now, by the time you get here, covering your adventure or your new lifestyle, you will have it established and people, you will have a following. I didn't do this. I started my YouTube channel when I got here. Um, I'm a digital marketer and brand strategist. So I came in here with knowledge, and I've worked with Fortune 500 countries, uh, companies developing marketing strategies. And one of the things I do in order to keep myself active is to stay busy in my profession. It makes my life a whole lot easier, and I diversify my income streams because YouTube is just one source. If I have also developed a free newsletter, training courses, if you're so interested, that you can start for free. And if you need to coaching services on how to get this thing set up, you can order that from my free newsletter. It's going to be down in the description of this video. Insurance coverage. Obtain proper insurance coverage. Life insurance in your home country will be sufficient. Just make sure you have the right beneficiary set up. Property insurance, if you've gotten rid of your real estate holdings in your home country, that's not going to be an issue. But medical insurance, now that's another question. What we're finding is that the Philippines has a service where they're working with retirees. They have special visas and stuff that you can purchase. Put $10,000 in the bank, 20,000 in the bank. I'm gonna cover that in another video, so that you can get a special visa. But the medical insurance, our Medicare and Medicaid won't cover here unless you go to. There is uh, another island that you can go to where that is, you can use it. I think it's Bataan or something, one of them places, because the military's here. They go there, and you can go there too. But I have heard that the Philippines is making arrangements for certain hospitals for us to be able to use our Medicare and Medicaid insurance. However, I'm not relying on that. What you can do is you can cancel your Medicare Part B, and there is a tie insurance that you can purchase. It costs about the same as your Medicare Part B. So if you cancel the one in America and transfer over to this one, then it won't have any financial outlay on your part. If you need more information, contact me through the description in my bio and in this video. Here's a big one. Keep U.S. financial connections. Do not have your Social Security sent here. Do not do that. This banking system is not that reliable. So what we do is we have our finances still in our home country banks, and we transfer them over the internet through MoneyGram or Wise, or there are several services. I'm not here to promote any one of those in particular. The one that I have established a connection with is MoneyGram. This is important because of money laundering and drugs over here. Having an account set up in your home country so that you have a history so that they can verify who you are, it will be to your benefit. And also keep a reliable mail address. Have your mail sent to the U.S. mailing address, someone you can trust, because if you cancel it and have it sent over here, the mail system over here sucks. You, I got a letter one time. I have all my stuff still sent in the United States, but you can also get an electronic address to have all your information sit there. If you need any more information about mailboxes, contact me through the description in this video. Be sure you have someone in the United States you can trust. If you don't have somebody that you can trust in the United States, don't come here. Because that's the worst scenario you ever would have, is to come here, something go wrong, and there's no one in the United States you can trust for help. I've seen this happen. I mean, even people who have family, all right, in the United States, they can trust, but they don't have the financial means to provide them any help to get them back to the States to straighten out any problem. That's something else you need to be concerned about. Here it is. Establish local emergency contacts. This is very important for medical emergencies, a communication bridge, legal assistance, and community support. I'm going to suggest that you visit the Philippines first and check out various locations that may suit your lifestyle. I'm going to cover that in the next slide, but it's real important. By establishing where you want to live and at least having some local connection, which I'm available for that, and there are other African Americans here in Cebu and all located all through the Philippines, will be more than happy for you to connect with them. You can look on the internet for Brothers in the Philippines Association. Be sure you get the right one. It's for the African Americans. There's also another one that is a religious organization. Make sure you get the right one. That will be available to assist you, or you can contact me and we can start the ball rolling to get you the information that you're going to need, because you're going to need some boots on the ground to get you situated in case when you get here. And this last slide, this is really, really important. If you go in the wrong place and you have a problem, it could be your death sentence. I'm just keeping it real with you. You'll get out there in those provinces and you have a medical emergency that you're not going to get to the hospital in time. You're just not. It's too far out. You never know. Landslides, all kind of stuff happen on this island. So when to choose the right location, the first thing you need to consider is healthcare access. That has a 9.2 rating as far as importance. Next is cost of living. That has an importance rating of 8.7. If you are over 55, you will need access to reliable health care and to live in an area that is suitable to your lifestyle, which is going to change when you come here. Because we're talking about living here long term, and as we age, things are going to change in our body. We're going to have to maintain our health better. It's going to require some additional maintenance. Like right now, I'm about 10 o'clock. I got a physical trainer coming over here to start a physical training program because I'm getting so that I've been sitting so long. My body's breaking down. I'm losing my strength in certain areas, and I need to get on top of that. Expat community. That is important. 7.5. Where I'm living right now in the Bayswater, there is a expat community of people from all over the world. Denmark, Nova Scotia, Korea, and we do associate around each other. There's a nice bar area here where you can have beer, and there's a coffee shop. So there is a reliable expat community in this subdivision, and there are expat clubs all over Cebu, which is where I am. Because I'm not. I've been out in those provinces. That's too rural for me. I mean, you really need to consider that. That rural living, some of that stuff is just not feasible for me, at least. Climate preference. Here's something I found really uh, surprising. They have snow in the Philippines. That shocked me. They have a place called Baguio. It's the strawberry capital, and it's cold up there, and you got to have a winter coat because it snows up there. I was shocked. And so consider that, because this is a different kind of heat. I always thought that you could fry an egg in a frying pan. That was a joke. It's not a joke. They can do that here. All right. Safety and security. Absolutely. There are some areas in the Philippines which are not recommended for expats. There are Muslim factions here, ISIS is here, and so there are some areas where it is recommended that you do not travel because you are not welcome. And last but not least is the infrastructure. This is important because some areas in the Philippines, when they have these hurricanes, it gets flooded. I particularly chose Cebu because it does not get flooded that bad. You might see water in the streets, but recently I saw it flooded here, and they were swimming in the streets, and it was in Manila, the main city. I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me the main city floods like that? Yeah. They be swimming in the street just like it's a swimming pool. Sure do. So if you have any comments, you got any questions, it would help me out a lot if you could do several things. Number one, click like and subscribe. Number two, if you got any questions or comments down there, whether you like the video, way I'm setting it up and stuff, I'd really appreciate it. My name is Charles Davis. This is the God Principles Living in the Philippines.